All right, shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
All right, first and foremost, before we get started, giving all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Chakadash. Double honors as always to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. All right, Ruel, taught us this truth. Peace, much love, and salutation as always into those who elect. All right, bros, out here, Great Millstone National. Just a quick lesson through the spirit. Empower Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Ashad. Lord's will be edifying. All right, just closed out the Day of Atonement. Beautiful, holy day as always. All right, the Lord's will, will forgive me. All right, and show mercy upon me. Uh, and really today, you see by the title, the Captivity of the Heathen. Okay, which that's something that's coming up very soon. Okay, to a city near you, if you will. All right, when Yahushua returns, one of the main things he's going to do is raise up the nation of Israel. All right, and put them on the level to where they can beat in powder. All right, if you will, and rule and had the other nations, the other 17 nations written up in the Bible, subjugated to them, starting with Esau, Edom, okay, for a 1,000-year period, man. All right, so Lord's will is edifying. You got something?
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is Revelation 19 and verse 11. And I saw heaven open, and behold a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True, and in righteousness he doth judge and make war. His eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns. And he had a name written that no man knew, but he himself.
right. The head set on his head with many crowns. All right, that's the all the nations, all the kings that he's going to take down, man. Yeah, they're going to be subjugated to Yahushua. All their power is going to be stripped in that day, because how it's going to go down is through the process of World War III. Babylon the Great being destroyed by thermonuclear fire. All right, and in their mind, the heathens are going to think that they're going to be next. But Yahushua, that's the many crowns. He's like, nah, you know, taking on your power, taking on your power. All nations will be stripped of any type of power, so they won't be able to rebel. All right, go ahead.
Verse 12. His eyes were as a flame of fire. Somebody already read it. I'll get it again. And on his head were many crowns. And he had a name written that no man knew, but he himself. And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood, and his name is called the Word of the Most High. And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, clothed in fine linen, white and clean.
Right, and the vesture dipped in blood. I think that ties in Isaiah 63. You know, representing how much damage and bloodshed is going to be taking place when he returns. Man. All right, you got it.
Verse 15. And out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, that with it he shall smite the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron, and he treaded the winepress of the fierceness and wrath of the Almighty power.
Right. He should smite the nations. Okay, ruling them with a rod of iron, man. Okay, I'll grab this real quick. That's Psalms 2. Okay. Which is also speaking on the outside. Psalms 2 and 8. I'll start at 7. I'll start at 6. It says, Yet have I set my king upon my holy hill of Zion. I will declare the decree. The Lord hath said unto me, Thou art my son, this day have I begotten thee. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. Which that applies for us too, because we're going to be joint heirs with Yahushua. So whatever he possesses in the kingdom, we're going to also possess. So we're going to be able to have captives and slaves, okay, and put them into subjection. We're going to be the weapon used to do that, okay. Verse 9, Thou shalt break them with a rod of iron, thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel. All right? Yeah, we're going to beat them over the head with a rod of iron, man. Iron is an extremely strong metal. I believe it's the strongest, if I'm not mistaken. The word for is this the right one? Let's see. Yeah. Dash them in pieces. Strong's H 53:10, Pakistan, I believe. All right, it says to shatter, break, dash, beat in pieces. All right, to pulverize, to scatter, disperse, or spread. Yeah, so we're going to essentially beat their ass, man. Okay, and then they're going to be, like I said, subject to the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Shem Shai. And then after that period of hardcore bondage, all right, and our kingdom is built up because it's going to take some time. The Edomites are going to be eradicated, and the heathens are going to be tributaries. You know, which they're still, like I said, they're still going to be underneath us. They're still going to be our captives, but you know, we'll deal fairly. You know what I'm saying? But when you fuck up, we're going to fuck you up.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying?
This is Revelation 2 and verse 26. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations. 22, you said, we're going to be doing heirs with Yahweh, and we're going to receive what Yahweh receives.
Yep.
It says in verse 27, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron, as the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I received of my Father. So Yahweh said that's what he received, like the brother brought out in Psalms 2. He said that he gave the nations for his inheritance and the uttermost parts of the world for his possession. All this is Yahweh, man. The world, the heathen, it's all for Yahweh. And Yahweh said we'd be joint heirs with him. So it's all ours as well, man. The heathen and the world. Yahweh would be part of the elect. We made the world with Yahweh, man, the first fruits. And it said that he shall rule them with a rod of iron. That those who overcome the trials and the tribulations, the miseries that is to come, the doom that is coming, if we overcome that, Yahweh, we overcome, we're going to rule the heathen with the rod of iron. And it's not just going to be for a period of time, for a season. It's going to be for all eternity, man.
Yep, I got some. This is I'll get this Isaiah 14. Well, I'll grab this one. Huh?
I was not pulling.
Okay. You can pull that one. I'm gonna grab this real quick. It's Isaiah 33:1, and the header says the judgment of the Most High, the judgment of God. Okay, starting at the top, it says, "Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou was not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee." All right, which Esau Edom means the prime candidate of that. You know, here it is. He essentially called Israel when we were already down bad. You know, and furthered the affliction. It says, "When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled, and when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee." So essentially, everything that's been or that you've done to not only, primarily the nation of Israel, but hell, the whole earth. All right, that's what's going to get ready to happen to you. I think that's Revelation. You go ahead. Let me see if I can find this. Or Salak, let me get this NLT and then I'll let you go. I'll get this precept. Isaiah 33:1, the NLT, it says, "What sorrow awaits you, Assyrians, who have destroyed others, but have never been destroyed yourselves? You betray others, but you have never been betrayed. When you are done destroying, you will be destroyed. When you are done betraying, you will be betrayed." So that's the judgment for you heathens, man. And it's coming very soon. Okay, you got it. And read, I think 5. We'll read the 3, but if you want to get the whole chapter, goddamn, but just get a couple first.
Isaiah 14 and verse 1. And it says, God, the heading says, God will rescue his people from Babylon.
Mm-hmm.
So it says, for the Lord, Isaiah 14 and 1, for the Lord Yahweh will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord Yahweh for servants and handmaids.
Right, and in that first verse, the strangers are the Israelites. Okay, they're not talking about any of the foreign nations are like no. It's like foreigners. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, we was once strangers, man.
Yeah.
You know, we came to this truth, and then we joined unto, the house of Jacob. Again, verse 2. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord Yahweh for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors.
Right, who are oppressors? The so-called white men. All right, as well as the other heathen nations, but predominantly starting with Esau, Edom. All right, the house of Amalek. Okay, these are all the nations that are getting ready to go into captivity. Okay, so whoever who held us captive, hey, they're going to get ready to be captives, man. That's it. And we can't wait on that day.
And as we read in Psalm 83, all the nations came together to put us into captivity, man.
Yep, so everybody's going to catch it.
That's it.
Is that it on that?
I'm going to get verse 3.
Okay, go ahead.
Isaiah 14:3. And it shall come to pass in that day, it's like in the day, I get it again, verse 3. And it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord Yahweh shall give thee rest from thy sorrow, and from thy fear, and from the hard bondage wherein thou wast made to serve. Thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon, and say, how hath the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased. The Lord Yahweh hath broken the staff of the wicked, and the scepter of the rulers.
Right. Because it's going to be an astonishment, if you will, to see this bitch finally go down.
Yeah.
Because the way Esau Edom has this society set up, it looks as if he can't be taken down. Yeah. Which when you deal in the carnal aspect, he can't. No nation on the earth is able to, take this nigga down. But it's gonna the spirit of the Lord is gonna hop on all these nations to ultimately turn their back on the whore. All you that bend the bow, shoot at her, spare no arrows. Okay? Go ahead.
It says, because we're in a state of sorrow, man. It says, from thy sorrow and from thy fear, right. And from the hard bondage where thou wast made to serve. We've been in this hard bondage, man. We some brothers on the Day of Atonement, they got it's supposed to be a Shabbat, but we got to work even on a regular Shabbat, man. We can't just tell our bosses, our quote unquote bosses, or president, hey man, I can't work on this day. And then next month it changes again. Then we got to tell, hey, well, I can't work on this day. You're gonna get fired, man. We in hard bondage, man. It says we are yet this day in the land of our captivity, man. And when we cry out, and this is a day, especially today, where we cry out to the Most High to end this, man, to save us from the land of our captivity. And it says, verse 6, he who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted, and none hindereth.
Esau Edom, because he smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke. His nigga ain't stopped. And he has no plans on stopping. He has plans on making everybody on the planet a damn slave, man. They're completely subject to their will, with no he's trying to be the Most High. Because when you really think about it, the Most High in the kingdom of heaven, everybody's gonna be subject to his will. Which right now it still is, because he has this nigga set up. But Esau wants to be like the Most High, here right now. He wants everybody to, not have their own mindset or a say-so in anything. And ultimately just be slaves, man. But hey, he's gonna find out soon that you're about to be taken down.
Verse 6 again. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke. This nigga does not stop, man. He's not gonna stop. It says, he that ruled the nation in anger is persecuted, and none hindered. The whole earth is at rest, and is quiet. They break forth into singing. Yeah, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon saying, since thou art laid down, no feller is come up against us.
Yeah, so the whole earth is going to be at rest once this nigga is finally taken out of power. And even the other nations are going to be in a good standing, you know, when we get set up. So like I said, you know, that hardcore bondage, yeah, you're gonna get fucked up. But after that, like I said, we'll deal with you. The scripture speak about roughly paraphrasing, but if you bless somebody, they bless you back. Mm-hmm. So the heathens are the blessers, you know, they may come bringing gifts and, you know, doing whatever. Hey, they'll be taken care of. You know, in slavery is looked at in the aspect of what Esau's done. Mm-hmm. You know, so when we get into the kingdom of heaven, the Israelites are going to show you how you're supposed to conduct yourself when you have slavery. All right?
That's it.
But it's not going to be, like I said, we're not softening up the touch. You're going to get your ass handed to you. 144 ways. Okay? But it's going to be a balance to it. And it's going to be righteous.
That's it.
Y'all fucked us up. It's only fair.
It's only right. That's it.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it. We keep going.
Yeah. Let me see. Revelation 18 in verse 5, it says, "For her sins have reached into heaven, and the Most High have remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works. In the cup which she have filled to her double." All right, so Babylon is gonna get way worse. Okay, and she has done it to us. Mm-hmm. And it starts with your destruction, the destruction of America, and then in the kingdom of heaven, you get your ass handed to you. All right, verse 7: "How much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is the Lord power who judgeth her." All right, so she will no longer be a virgin. Okay, because the virgin daughter of Babylon, nobody's been over here, you know, fucking up America's land. You know, they had the Civil War, but that was just angry ass Edomites mad at each other, you know, over keeping niggas. Mm-hmm. I got this, Deuteronomy 30:7. It says, "And the Lord thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee." What's one of the main curses that we're dealing with right now? Slavery, captivity, bondage. All right, our wood being sold into it. Y'all niggas gonna have to do that too. All the things that we had to go through, you're gonna go through, and it's gonna be double. Mm-hmm. All right, whether you believe it or not. You got something?
Yep. Jeremiah 30, verse 16. "Therefore all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity, and they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give for prey." Mm-hmm. So did not the heathen nations devour us? Did they not put us in slavery and captivity and hard bondage? It says, it goes into Revelation that they rejoiced at us, man, rejoiced at our fall. That they was giving each other gifts, and the gifts was the slaves, man, us to each other, man. So it said that and all thine adversaries, every one of them shall go into captivity. So everybody that had a hand in putting the Israelites, the nation of Israel, into captivity, into slavery, they're going to be taken into slavery as well, as we said earlier.
Is that it? Mm-hmm. I got this Joel 3 in verse 5. "Because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from their border." All right, so you sold the children of Israel, you know, to other, like you said, you know, to other. You brought them as, you know, gifts and things like that.
I got that precept.
Yeah, go ahead, real quick.
Revelation 11 and verse 10. "And they that dwell," I'm gonna start at verse 9. I'll start at verse 8. Revelation 11:8. "And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified. And they of the people and kindreds and tongues and nations shall see their dead bodies 3 days and a half, and shall not suffer their dead bodies to be put in graves. They didn't put us to rest, man. They didn't put us to rest saying, hey, you the Israelites. Yeah, we put you in slavery, you the Israelites. Here's your homeland. No, they kept us here, man. They continued to further the affliction, like it says in Zechariah. The heathen furthered the affliction. It might be Obadiah. Verse 10. And they that dwell upon the earth shall rejoice over them, and make merry, and shall send gifts one to another, because these two prophets tormented them that dwell on earth.
Yep.
And those gifts was the Israelites, man. Slaves.
Yep. Back in this, Joel 3:7, it says, Behold, I will raise them out of the place where ye have sold them, and will return your recompense upon your own head. And I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hands of the children of Judah, and they shall sell them to the Sabians, to a people far off. For the Lord has spoken it. Yeah, so the same thing's going to happen to you heathens, man. All right, the header of this, the nations will be judged. Okay?
That's it.
And that judgment is, once again, it's going to begin with this bitch burning up. All right, and then after that, hey, it's on. You know, that's going to be, America being destroyed is the end all be all for your kingdom, man. And last time you can tell anybody what to do, you're going to spend every life that you ever have being told what to do and being in subjection to a so-called black man. All right? And we know that boils your blood. But that's what you're going to have to get used to, nigga. All right? This is getting ready to happen, man. And we can't wait. Get this well-known one. All right?
Revelation?
Yep. Revelation 13:9, it says that any man having ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here's the patience and the faith of the saints. The patience and the faith of the saints is that these nations are getting ready to be judged by Yahweh Bashem Al-Shai, and that we won't be in this situation much longer, man. And pretty soon, we're going to have their next in persecution. I'm trying to find this piece of it. You got something?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go ahead.
Revelation 6 and verse 7. Be not deceived, the Most High is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. So don't be you can't mock the Most High, man. You put the apple of the Most High's eye into slavery, into captivity, and you it says when their afflictions, when their iniquity had to end, you furthered it, man. You kept going. I got this in Zechariah 1:14. So the angel that communed with me said unto me, Cry thou, saying, Thus said the Lord Yahweh of hosts, I am jealous for Jerusalem and for Zion with a great jealousy. So the Lord is jealous of Yasha'Allah, man, of the nation of Israel. You can't just fuck up God's chosen people, and then you don't think there's going to be a recompense, man. You think you're going to be unpunished because of what you did. Because the Lord sanctioned it, you still did it, man. Just because the Lord told you to do it, you still did it, man. And ultimately, it's part of the Most High's movie. Verse 15, and I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease. You're at ease, man. You rejoice. You think you won, man. It says, for I was but a little displeased, and they helped forward the affliction. You kept going and going and going and going, and you still going to this day, man. What Trump say? MAGA, make America great again. He really wants to go back to the good old days, man. Is what they call it. Back to when you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans was in chains, especially you Negroes, man.
Yep. I got this. Baruch chapter 4:25, it says, My children, suffer patiently the wrath that is come upon you from the Most High. For thine enemy hath persecuted thee, but shortly thou shalt see his destruction, and shalt tread upon his neck. Pretty soon we're going to be treading upon this dude's neck, man. All right? We're going to have him in complete servitude. Okay? He's going to feel the pain of having to get up when you don't want to go to work, paying bills. Okay? Your family being just completely out of order. Mm-hmm. All these things are going to come upon you damn heathens, man. And especially the so-called white man. And then Obadiah, verse 9, it says, And thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. All right? Hey, pretty soon, that's going to be your judgment, man. Okay, you know, pretty soon that's going to be your judgment. And that's the faith and the patience of the saints. Something that we look forward to. Every day, you know, it's like, man, damn, I can't wait to get out of here. Because getting out of here, not only, like I said, we finally get rid of this pain, this death, this sorrow. We get a new body, and then we get to test out that new body by working you niggas to a pulp, man. Okay? Let me see how far I can make this shit go. You know, let's see what I can really do. You know what I'm saying? Let's tap in. Okay? We can't wait for that day, man. That's the patience and the faith of the saints. And to some it sounds crazy, but hey, I'll tell you what's even crazier. Staying underneath this nigga.
Yep.
Okay? Continue to pay rent for years. And that's what our people want to do. They want to be a slave.
Yeah.
Shit. We're slaves to the Most High. Problem solved, nigga. And this one yields benefit. You being a slave to Esau Edom, your ass is just going to end up dying, man. Because you will take that damn chip, and the Most High is going to melt your stupid ass.
Shit.
And that's a very stern message for our people as well. You need to get your shit together, man. Stop fucking playing around. Mm-hmm. Get out of the church. You got anything else, bro? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I ain't really got nothing else. So we really close it up on that. Well, I'll get this. We'll close on this. Isaiah 14:21. It says, prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, and they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. Okay, so that's what's getting ready to happen, man. All right, the complete takedown of Esau Edom and his kingdom is getting ready to happen. Okay, on a very wide scale. And Lord willing, we're part of that number to where we could take first parts in that. Sure. You know, I don't want to come back 2 generations later and have to hear about, you know, the Edomites. Shit, you could be a Jake, fuck around and come back after they gone. Oh, it hurt. Damn, you only hearing stories about it. I had this one Edomite one time. Damn, I was, you know, you hurt. But I don't want to come back and hear stories about it and catch the ladder. And I want to be there from day one all the way till them niggas get melted. You know, so, hey, that's why we just got to keep pushing and keep fighting to the end. Okay, so Lord's with us, edify to the elect. Before we close, giving all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Chakadash. Double honors once again to the apostles and the elders, the great millstone, Ruva. God, he taught us the truth. Peace, much love, and salutations always to the elect. Hey, to the next one, Shalom. Shalom.